Moto, how are you?
Hey, Alexander.
Just to kind of break the ice a little bit, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your background, and then we'll jump right in.
All right. I consider myself an expert on hospitality and more in entertainment. I can say it as with over 30 years experiences in different roles, from owner, which I own a nightclub in Romania for 7 years, very successful back in 2000, and also different role from bartender, waiter to director of entertainment with 300 people under my in my team, in different role of executives in hotels, five-star hotel, or standalones, restaurants like Roberto Cavalli in Dubai. My range of experience is very um, variant, variable, as I've been working in Philippines, in Dubai. I have my 5 months in New York as well, getting a bit of experience and take the pulse of hospitality in USA, in Europe, from where I am from, in Romania, and the last years in Spain. So I believe I had the chance, the opportunity to accumulate a lot of experience working with the great people, great leaders, but also amazing staff. We grow together, and at the same time, I believe I have impacted life of many people, which I work with in the right way, guide them in the right direction, and also I've been guided by great people, which I have a chance to work.
Amazing. Well, you mentioned a few points that we'll definitely go in depth as we elaborate on this interview. But let's start with your current status, Mallorca. What's it like for Moto in this stage of his life, and living in Mallorca?
Well, I got a point that I realize I probably should not run the operation anymore, as there is more young people, and probably how would be our next topic. We're gonna have also a lot of AI and probably robots in hospitality soon. So I consider this the right time for me to step back to do a consultancy to help new investors, to help managers to understand their future roles, to understand where they go, which type of employers they will work, but also to guide probably owners who wants to open a specific restaurant, bar, or nightclub where I can be very helpful to them to make them understand their demand, their target, their market, and at the same time to write the book. I'm writing my book. Is my biography. Is the last 35 years I spent it in hospitality. Is an analyze of much more of entertainment through my eyes, through my experiences, through different countries. I've been lucky enough to work for great venues in great location where I could, through my input and work, to succeed and to be one of the best in the specific countries I was. So that is my book. That is my will be my advices for young people in hospitality who wants to grow, who wants to make a career. And I believe I am much more better on this now rather than to run the operation, which I love it. I enjoy so much. But at 52 years old, I think it's time to do something of different scale. I moved to Mallorca because perhaps is probably for me one of the best place to live with a very good life balance with over 300 days of sunny and is mix of very cosmopolitan island with very many expats from Europe in general, but I've seen a lot of people from USA coming and visiting and like and want to move here. I found inspiration on this island, and I am surrounded with the right people that I can be confident and calm and to be credited for my work Additional, I'm working to build an anti-aging retreat, quite unique, in a very beautiful and luxurious villa here in Tramuntana, which is a World Heritage UNESCO site. And me and my partner, we're just thinking to do a very exclusive anti-aging retreat for 6 to 10 CEOs, executives. Will be a kind of neuro brain and anti-aging treatments. We are connecting some great specialists and academics that will help us to do it. And I feel very excited because it's not a full-time job, but at the same time, it's giving me a possibility to connect with great people all over the world. They wanted to live, or I don't know, whatever they want to feel after 40, 50 years, but just to feel young, energetic, and alive as I feel it. I really feel great at my age after more than 30 years of the nightlife and hospitality, which for many people are really drained and they don't want to nothing anymore. They just want to lay down. No, but um, I like I enjoy what I've done it all my life. I did the hospitality with such a great passion, with a commitment, which anytime when I'm thinking of my experiences, I have a huge smile on my face, being happy and grateful for the luck and opportunity I have it. So yeah, that's why I'm here. That is my time in my career. I got few offer to work, but they say no, thank you. Try someone else. But if you need help, I'm here to help. I can consult you. I can do. I think I should. That's probably is the future of every person that spends 25, 30 years in hospitality. I don't see myself getting older and to wait for to get pension. You know,
Yeah.
after this, I have to start rolling something differently, which my heart tells me.
No, I love it. I love it. It's funny because once you kind of align with the right lifestyle, you know, look at everything that you're accomplishing now, right? And your book, not only that, but segueing into retreats that you know provide incredible substance, right? And to generate maybe not just the body, but even the mind and the spirit, right? To
That's
feel
what
that
we are
fire.
aiming to.
Yeah, exactly. Feel that young. I've been a part of the retreat space as well, and listen, it's one of uh, in my opinion, right? And I've had many successful and many not too successful retreats, but the gratitude that you feel, I think it's really an opportunity to you, let's say, and express that extension of yourself and be of service, right? Which is really what draws us into the hospitality space overall. Yeah.
Alexander, sorry to interrupt you. I for last 5 years, that's why I moved to in the hotels to work as a F&B manager, F&B director. My idea was to run a hotel as a general manager, or in time I grow a huge feeling to invest to open a small boutique luxury hotel. But then I realized, well, I think the in my opinion, the best experience you can give to a customer, especially when you sell premium um, hospitality, and is to be much more exclusive. And the smaller it is the group, the more time you have to spend with every one of your guests. And I believe big big corporates or bigger resorts, everybody does retreat in the world is all over. But like mostly, mainly latest Michelin stars are more restaurants. They are very small, 10, 12 guests. Like recently in New York, one of the best restaurants is a Korean for 12 guests. Why? Is because the chef is all attention you give it in a certain period of time for the only few people, and you give the maximum attention. And as much it's great to rely on your staff, but there is certain people they might need more than attention of the staff. They need the full attention of the owner, the full attention or who is in charge. And that's what we plan to do. Something exclusive. I'm not claim I'm the best nutritionist in the world. I'm not detox, but I know how to connect the right people, the best person that fully dedicated, and with a small team, with the great location we have, with the facilities we just built it, me and my partner. We build a sauna, we build an outdoor conference, we build a massive fireplace to create different atmospheres. The way how we see is 4 or 5 days. People come to Mallorca from different parts of the world, enjoy, understand the different way of life, um, uh, possibility to spend their 40, 50, and 60, because this is our target. People over 40, they really work hard, and in one point they need to feel alive. So that's make me much more happy, not because I'm not running anymore a huge hotel or I'm not general manager, but I'm able to do something for specific people from all my heart and dedicate my whole time and by myself. And that makes me much more confident that I will succeed, as perhaps I always did it.
It's great. Well, I mean, seems like it's a phenomenal proposal, right? That you get to kind
Yeah,
of
you should come.
go
You are more than welcome. You
vacation.
are invited.
I
You are
appreciate
invited
it.
if you want to come.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I would love to go to Mallorca, but getting the privilege of being in an incredible place, but not only, just connecting, being present, and just kind of forgetting about the everyday, which I think that's we're so consumed, right, in the let's say the matrix, right, and the demands of the matrix, especially in this industry, right, that I think that uh, the beginnings or the foundations of it are very demanding, right? It requires a lot of time.
It is.
This is a phenomenal, really good opportunity in a way to channel, and give back. It's like we bombard our operators so much, and then we forget that they need to recover. So it's great that I love what you're doing, everything that you're building in Mallorca. Let me ask you.
It's a
Uh,
lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that we also living together with them, you know? So
correct,
that's how I said.
correct. Amazing.
Please,
Let me ask you, when you start, what was the beginning that you said, okay, this is hospitality, I'm gonna make it a career? When did that happen in your life?
well, it happened last year, and it was consequences of 2 consecutive years, which honestly, at the moment, I feel strange. I was fired 2 years ago from the role of director of food and beverage from a five-star hotel because the GM, after 1 year, he realized that I'm a threat. I was so energetic, so involved, and the team, all the team in the hotel compare me and him. Or if the GM would be like Moto, we're gonna have a great day because definitely I don't want to go deep in the situation. But I was just put away after 1 year. I was paid just to go. It was like a two alpha room, the same two alpha male in the same room, and the GM has the power to kick me out. So I accepted. And then I moved to Ibiza. I worked another year, same, start one season, and believe me, both places when I started, it was completely mess. They just opened. The F&B manager couldn't handle, and I enter. I have to fix in the first year everything for the season, and the second year, in the last year, I was again. We had. We have closed during the winter. I came back. We open. I have to hire all the team to train them with 2 restaurants, with the pool, with everything, with really low budget, very struggling. Somehow I have to push the GM. Hey, we have to take action because we are on the season. And my way to work, not to defend myself, but in other hand, every day as a F&B manager, I was there for 10 to 12 hours to cover the morning waiter because I didn't have enough to cover the afternoon bartender. I said, look, I don't mind to work, but in the end, she get upset because I was quite impulsive, and she said, look, this this year we make wrong calculation, so we have to finish your contract. So that was the second 2 years, more or less the same for the same because I got too involved. I wanted to make it work. My staff love me, but I've been working with very narrow leaders, which they were very comfortable in the place, never go beyond of what I have to do it. And it was the moment I say, what I'm doing, what I already feel myself trapped here in Spain since I moved from Asia, from Dubai, where was completely different set mind of what does it mean a manager? You are responsible. Here is your budget. Here is how much you can spend. This is how much you have to do it. That's it. The rest do it yourself. So that's how I feel comfortable to work. Because in the end, if I'm responsible for something as a manager or leader, let me do it. I believe we all have this inside us. So yeah, there's the moment it's okay. It doesn't make sense anymore. Wherever I go, especially after 5 years in Spain, I realize that well, people here are despite I love Spain, but many corporates are really, doesn't want to go. We know what to do for years. You are
Yeah.
here because we have an empty position and we are in the payroll. So do what we say. Don't go more than this, which that's not my style. So I prefer to create things. I'm a visionary, and all my life I see things before other people see it. For this, I was 3 years on the row invited in Dubai as a speaker and panelist to discuss the future every year when I was there because I'm really able. At least this is my job. This is my field, and this is what I feel and I smell what can happen in the future, especially entertainment or even hospitality. So this was the moment I've been fired twice in 2 years, more or less for the same reason, for doing my best to make it work in what I believe with passion and to create great atmosphere and someone behind just to ruin it to be, mechanism. So yeah, we got to point why we need staff. Maybe you need robots because we are not.
Right. Well, funny you mentioned a couple of things. And listen, I interview many industry professionals and leaders, and I think that a quality that I hold myself is that predictability quality. I think that most of the great leaders can foresee things, and not only that, um, they take action, right? Meaning you have to try new things, you have to invest in ideas, invest in new procedures, invest in systems, invest in people overall.
And
Um,
moreover in people, because in
in
the end they
people,
do the job. They are in front of the client. They are the
correct,
person make the experiences for your venue, for your hotel. And as a
right,
leader, you sh- you should put them as a priority because what make me sad, I've seen it lately. Everybody wants to invest more in how your place looks, spend more money in different. Yes, details are important, but your staff is not happy. They are not trained well. They are not loyal to you. Your guest will come, will make a picture, will enjoy, will check in, but they might not come because their experience is
right,
ruined by the service. And that's the
right.
basic.
No, totally. It's like the biggest impression that you can create in a hospitality environment comes from really how you're able to make people feel, right? That's probably the biggest attribute that will or build the biggest impact. And yes, like you said, the details are incredibly important. They're expected, right? As an operator, you need to have your, space clean and you need to keep up update, but the true
Of course.
impact is how you make people feel afterwards. Everything else, it's a blur. It becomes a blur. But that emotional part is really what brings people back in through those doors. Yeah.
And that's the difficult part because you are one, you can be behind the office or you can be on the floor, apologize all night for mistakes. But if you have the right people that understand you, they are with you, this is your mirror. You don't have
Yeah.
to show off anymore, because
Yes.
whatever understand the quality of service will say, wow, who is behind of these people? That is the great dirigeant.
Yes. Absolutely, Moto. And you said it clearly. Probably the best immediate, let's say, indicator that a restaurant or an establishment or a hotel uh, is successful is the way that the employees actually engage with the guests. It tells the story of how the leaders treat their employees. Is your biggest number one most marketing tool. It's really that employee that represents it. So how are we equipping them? How are we making them feel prior to giving them the responsibility of, taking care of the guests that are coming in through the doors? So incredible. It's probably a point that people do it in reverse, right? They don't think about these things until they have the problems, the reviews, the complaints, and then they start thinking, wait a minute, let's do uh, recovery, or let's think about how to fix this issue instead of really building your foundation from hospitality. So, what do you see different from country to country, since you've been in plenty of places? Do you see any differences when you have worked in a country versus another country, or do you think that it's pretty much overall the same story?
Well, I think each country has particular trends, and this makes the customers' necessities to be different. I can give an example. For example, for in entertainment, uh, different between working in Philippines and opening and running probably the most expensive exchange ring and the biggest beach club in the world back in time. But the music scene was completely different that is in Europe. Uh, the I found, with all my respect for Filipinos, and I love them, but they are much more comfortable when they work in their country in comparing when they working in Dubai or in other country. They give 100%. They are they give more than they should. They are laborious. But in their country, the law is with them. And if you work as an expat, um, I have colleagues that they lose a job because they lose the temper. They are the working their path. I mean, you need to understand with who, what is your team, and if you grow with them, you have the same slow motion, or easy way to do it. Even the customer are okay because there is the culture to be much more. You work in New York when everything is rush and you have a little spaces. You know, one come one go, like a small bistro you have, for example, New York, or in the other touristic places. It's different that you are in Philippines, in Asia. There are more. And in Spain there are places where really staff work fast in the uh, know what they do very well, but majority bars and restaurants, there is a way that as a customer that you are used to the high service, you might be frustrated. But there's the mentality. So I found that very interesting. When you come with experience and you know you can better, but your team in a specific country is used in the specific manner to work, it's difficult to change right away. You can be very incisive, very direct, and people get, oh, hold on, let me do my way. So for me, the same I done in Philippines, or I moved to Spain, where the culture is different than Dubai. In Dubai, we go and you work on the speed from the second day. That's the culture there. You go to work and to be the best, and you are trained before, but the other countries are different.
Yeah.
Um, where tradition is much more older in everything, that's how it is. Now, if you want to make the difference between your place and the other 10, they are working the same way, is the moment when you have to gain the trust of your team to make them dream they can be better in different manners. And that was my ability to work in Philippines to really create a team. When I arrived there, my colleagues say, "Hey, you have to make a modern marketing cocktail waitress like in Vegas." Come on, where I can find 50 good looking and we got and to have a little bit of shot or champagne to make you get spent but to not get drunk. So it was a
Right.
challenge. It took 6 months, but I was able to inspire them to, hey, you have to go out from the comfort zone. Understand your people before they to understand you. That's, I think, you can make the difference. And this is the big difference in different parts of the world, the mentality and the culture they grow. Not only the way how to work, but also the customers' preferences, because they have an habitual, uh, and it's vary. But in what we have in all the countries, we as a customers we love to go in a place regardless where to have a great experience, and that's it's somehow whenever I work in different places, the aim of every owner. When they open something, they wanted to have to give a great experience. They wanted to make money, to have an ROI soon, many of them. But at the same times, eh, everybody have the same mentality all over the world. And it's just culture different.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I want to mention, what I've noticed, there is chains, restaurant chains, famous, like say Zuma or Oku or others that in Europe or from USA, Hakkasan, that goes all
Right.
over the world. Now they come and they implement in each country their standards, their manual that is built from the first place, which I also done it in Dubai for Cavalli, and then we spread in different countries. But it's not always work. I face
Yeah.
challenges because what you implement in one place, your concept that is started and it was successful, it doesn't work the same place in other country for their
Right.
culture, for the way how the worker, the challenges you have for them to understand your level of service. To, so you need to adapt your business if you bring it from other place, from other country to
Other
specific
markets.
country, keep for the
Right.
market and also to adapt your employees. But if you grow your own place, I think it's basic for all. You have to give the best service or the best meal or whatever you offer,
Yeah.
entertainment or
Well, always I've uh, understood that being flexible it's probably one of the biggest values you can hold in this industry. And you mentioned a phenomenal point, right? It's like not necessarily a framework or a blueprint of a business is going to work on every single other country. And probably the main factor is culture, right? It's like the cultures differ, change. The drive is a little different. You also mentioned something about it's funny how as we become expats, right, and we're outside of our comfort zones, we tend to
yeah,
give much more, right? And we tend to have a bigger drive than we typically have in our own countries, right? So we have the differences. What would you say doesn't change? What stays the same when you go from country to country and compare, right?
from the customers or from the
Let's say
house.
overall, what comes to mind when you say, okay, this part is different, but this part, the essence stays the same, right? In hospitality.
Well, a big trend all over the world now, I can say, is increases of the prices almost everywhere. There is no more cheap. You think you go to Thailand, Vietnam because it's cheap? No way. Start almost everyone increase the prices all over the world. Yeah. This is something in common, I can say,
Okay, good point.
and perhaps what I notice, same mentality everybody in all the places is the will to be the best in your place, to make an impact in your area. That's majority. Now I'm not talking about the small bar in the corner of the building. I'm talking about a chain. I'm talking about the restaurants, bars that respect, that really wants to make an impact. And this is all over the world. Everywhere I've seen great restaurants in Manila, which probably many people doesn't expect, and it was amazing. I've seen Vietnam amazing Michelin. I mean, not at all Michelin restaurant, but they are Michelin star for the food and for the vibe.
Right. Right.
I've been in
Exactly.
Malta recently, and I had an experience. 8 people, we ate in a Michelin star, um, food around the world. Very basic, not comfy, not luxurious, but the service and the atmosphere and the food. We paid 30 euros per person in the Michelin star in Malta. So that's what I noticed to everywhere when someone wants to open something, really put effort to make it an impact. And this is good.
Let me ask you, how does great leadership look like in this industry?
Like me. Well,
Break it down for me.
yeah,
What?
perhaps a great leadership, he needs to know his business. Whatever he needs to be, especially if you take a new place, a great leader needs to learn where he's going, for who is working, and with who is working. And that his flexibility and adaptability to the place to understand what motivate his team to be able to take um, the responsibility from the owner or from the top to convert all the information, depends how challenging is it, and to transfer with the right motivation to his team to deliver certain product. That's I found the most difficult, and what many managers are broken because the pressure from the top is really always is tough. As ROI, is budget, is the finance. That's the places I work. Mostly in corporates, mostly in hotels. That's what they require. And you have a team that they will never understand this because they won't understand everything. So you need to be a 360 leader to understand your team and the goal of the company, and to be able to be a sponge and transitor of the information from up to down and from down to up. I think
Right.
that's make a great leader, a good leader, to know his job, to know his missions in the place it is, wherever it is, and to adapt to the specific place 100%. Because if I've seen leaders from one place moving to other countries and fail because they're not able to adapt and to go over their ego. No, I was there. I did. It doesn't matter what we did. It doesn't matter what we do today, with who we were today, with what people we have, what culture, what is the mission, what is the place. Because each place, yes, has hospitality, each place deliver service, our experiences, but somehow the culture and the people are different. And that's make a good leader to be able to be flexible and adapt in every
No, great
circumstances,
point.
especially the one that is moving around.
Yeah. Yeah. No, great point. And sometimes we can come up with great ideas and they work, but they work until a certain point. And that's when we need to kind of revisit and repivot, right? And there's always opportunities to grow, and that's something that I've gotten from hospitality, right? It's forever changing. What you are today, you're going to transform to tomorrow, and it's expected for you to continue growth, right? Because once you do things statically, I mean, trends change, demographics change, expectations change. Look at this, the world is changing as we speak. And maybe we'll probably segue into that. Moto, with all this AI happening around us, right, and these changes that are becoming more prevalent and more, let's say, um, palpable, right? Things that we're seeing these changes right in front of our eyes. How do you see AI affecting your job, right, and your approach And what do you see overall AI impacting hospitality? What can you sense about this technology disrupting this industry?
Well, I want to say disrupting. I think it's helping the industry, and I believe the AI implementing in the systems like reservations, like collecting database, like making the payroll, creating all these puzzles that a finance takes so much time to do it, and the back of the house will might need a reservation system, as I say in payrolls. This will be very, very helpful. Also, gadgets that can engage the customers when they come. I think every hotel now it should have a nice, beautiful studio room with a VR, with things, especially if they have a kids, to get them engaged because this is attractive and then make them unique to give them immersion in their facilities to their guests. But from there to start using, as I've seen already, robots in South Korea and Japan working hospitality, for me this is a bit over. First of all, robots is okay. They don't need to be whipped, all the time, or push it, or motivated, or anything. Just plug them or they unplug them. Yeah, they can peel the cucumber and potatoes. They can do easy things. They can maybe even change the diapers if you train them. But they will not be our customers. So humans are our customers, and let's make ourselves humans for being able as a human to offer something. What I teach my staff all the time, I say, listen, it doesn't matter you are waiter or bartender, and we work with the celebrities, because whatever comes to our place, we are going to offer the best service than ever think about. So that put us in the same level. They offer the service. They are celebrity because they offer service for something bigger. They get that money. We all offer in service for the money we spend. Now is our time to show them who we are. And that makes the relation in your establishment for your clients, because overall we have to think who is our clients, and will never be the robots. I don't see a robot, hey, I'm coming to book a room, I have a gun. No. And another other robot, hey, welcome. No, we need to think about this. So the AI, it's great tools. I'm helping so much, especially creating marketing. Now I'm trying even to see how I can sell my book, to find the best um, publisher, and to connect. It's helpful. It's help, and to collecting database for your hotel, to understand the trend of the customers, of everything there, to anticipate their needs based of AI can help with different sensors, with different things. That's It's a great tool. Helps you to be much more in top of any and faster when the guest has any issue or challenges in your place. But in the end, I believe we should not humans should not be replaced with robots. On the direct interaction with the client. That's my opinion, because you're
Yeah,
gonna lose the essence.
absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I think it's a phenomenal tool that really amplifies the skills of the leaders, right? And can make the operation, let's say, a
Smooth.
much more, yeah, smoother, concise, deliberate. You have data that is already
Consistency.
translated. Exactly. The amounts of hours you can save from having your leader stuck in in front of the computer or doing all this admin work. There's no need for it now. It doesn't. It's not. So you rather use and leverage this technology to all this mundane stuff, and then you can have leaders be leaders, right, and making an impact where they need to make an impact. So yeah, I agree with you. There's nothing.
If we
Uh,
are able to
uh,
separate and to use the tools in the right way, and to create a balance between the human capacity to offer hospitality and to provide experiences, and the support that we can get from AI for, as you say, very, very well administration, everything on the back of the house, you can dedicate much more time to really interact with the people, and that will be a great help, because sometimes as a manager we don't know where to spend our time in the office, run the email, make the request, make the purchase, in these checking these thousand, especially the more bigger team you are, the bigger place you manage, the more admin job you have it.
Right.
So
Definitely.
a good manager should be more half of his time in the floor to to be with the customer, to support his team, to be visible. It's more difficult and more difficult. I found myself many times working overtime just to, or go home at 2 a.m. and write my emails back.
Right. Exactly.
So
Correct. No, no, I agreed. And overall, I think that we have a gap, meaning we're still understanding the power of AI. There's always a use case happening, right? And we're adopting sometimes blindly. We don't necessarily the people who are adopting AI are adopting, don't necessarily understand what they're doing with the technology, how they're impacting. But I think it's going to become much clearer for us where we start building the framework of the business around AI, and then filling the gaps with humans that are going to actually make true impact, right, and become more solid in the operation, right, and then it's like
more digi
we're going to start looking for leaders that have true leadership skills instead of just administrative office skills, because now
exactly.
exactly right.
That's how you make your business much more productive.
Right, right. So in in a if you were to envision, right, the impact of AI, where do you think that we haven't perhaps leveraged this technology? Where do you think that the focus should be? And this is a quite of a broad question, right? I think that there's the imagination is endless. But you, Moto, where would you
I
say it's
think
probably? Uh huh.
I think the best way to use AI and to catch the customer's attention is as in entertainment, and also somehow to entertain your guests in your facilities. Um, as I say, every every person wants to open even a bar or restaurant. They should think, you want to be different, you need to create in your place more experiences than just one.
Yeah.
Because people now are, look at the music we have a 5 6 application for music. We don't know which channels to listen anymore. So we want that. People want that. And the more you are able to offer in your space, in your peak hours, the better for your business to have an ROI. And what can be best than to use the artificial intelligence to create spaces, to create entertainment. And when I talk in music or a nightclub or a nightlife, it's much more fundamental for them to adapt the new techniques, because you now you have to be more competitive, more modern than the previous one. If you ask me, I open a nightclub with electronic music, but now not going to open a nightclub with electronic music, even if I have money, because there is so many out there, and you have to invest more than the previous one,
Right.
and it's just just piling until we're done, because even the customers will be tired. There is generation to go out, but the trend of drinking outside is less. It's not a business that you want unless you are already a big chain, like we have the night league here in Ibiza, or big groups like you have in Vegas, or they are sustainable because this is their concept. But to open for you, and it's very risky. You have to invest, and that is opportunity to implement AI or technology that makes difference if you do something. As I say, in a hotel that has 60, 80 rooms or more, and is also kids facilities, having an AI studio, having an immersive studio or something that engage, give them a different experiences, the history of your town, everything. You capture your guests. You offer them something that nobody does yet. Not too many. Most of the hotel doesn't do that. They try all kind to keep them in, especially the all inclusive, especially the one that need revenue not only from the rooms but also from F&B to have an addition because they have the staff and the payroll. So they need to be creative, and one investment on that can create a unicity in their place.
Yeah.
And that's what we should take advantage right now to be smart enough to use it to attract our guests, not to kick our staff, but to give them the chance to our staff to to have their life easier, to be more focused on
The front
one-on-one
facing. Yeah, the
and
one
the
on one.
front face interaction
Yeah.
with their clients.
Yeah, great
That's how we'll
point.
do it.
Great point. It's funny how now we have automations or tools, or let's say spaces, portals, where we can actually begin the experience of the guests before they even arrive, right? And we can already offer cues and extract data before they even get to the,
Correct.
and that already in itself, they're in your ecosystem, they're already going through that vacation experience before they even get to the destination, right? And the amounts of data that you can really use once the guest is in your ecosystem prior to that, it's invaluable, right? It can really uh, build a following, right? You can really establish the parameters to set up your following, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that you hit it in the bullseye. Overall, what I see is a lot of it's empowering smaller businesses to be able to make a better presence and make a more of a direct interface with the customer, right? Instead of necessarily people going through third-party platforms and planning their vacations through there. If you have the right ecosystem, the right website, right, the right funnels, now you can take care of all the booking process, the pre-visit process yourself. Now you are completely a hold of the guests before they even walk into your doors. So
We
I think that
we
yeah,
Yeah, already most of the hotels and lately work or with different reservation platform, which whatever movement on the table is recorded. And then if it's integrated your reservation system in the hotel and everything, and the customers come anytime when you have his pop up everything what he get it, what his preferences, and that helps. If people are really using this smart and to understand their clients' needs, they will anticipate faster.
yeah,
And just releasing their admin work by implementing AI smart enough to read numbers, to connect what you need to do it, it will help much more
yeah,
businesses from small to big. Not only all of them will have will take advantage of this if they
right,
will.
yeah. How do you see the adoption though? You in the being in the consulting space and kind of having an overview of this adoption. Do you think the big hotels are winning this race? Do you think the smaller boutique hotels are going to have an edge because they can make decisions quicker? Or do you see that it's right now up for grabs? Do you think that the variances in feelings about AI, it's undefined right now, right? Who has the advantage?
What I've seen and what is my feeling, much faster will be small companies rather than the big chain. Because for the big chain to change the whole system over the night, when they have hundreds of or thousands of hotels under their like a ING or Marriott, for them is a bit difficult. And still mentality is based of all old school. But new entrepreneurs in small boutique hotels, probably they don't want to pay such a big amount of commissions to booking.com or Agoda or what, because they charge a lot. So if you have a 20 30 rooms and you are very luxury, you might start 1 year with booking and every other OTAS, but you have to think, man, why should I pay when I can collect my own data and all this money I'm paying the commission to them? I'm investing one system that now every person come 1 year through them. I know what they need. I can forecast for the next target. I can forecast based on the nationality, based on the preferences, by my own, just inventing an AI smart enough to collect me and to put me on all these data and
Right.
to be able to promote me in the right places, because you just tell to an NI. Now you have Sintra, that Sintra is managing for you like 100 employees, everything you need. You don't need any more marketing, you don't need any more social. You just tell them what to do, you put them timing when you want what, and it's creating everything for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe the new properties, and I think many already start doing this. It is a smart way to do it. If you are small, you are not a huge chain. Uh, in order to save your money on paying commissions to work with the big online OTAs,
Yeah. Yeah, great point there. And I'll follow up with that. Right? It's funny how the more data we have from the guests that we bring, or the guests that are coming in through, then we can really target our marketing to that demographic, right? And as the more we understand of what our true market is, the more or better results we can find, right, in our marketing strategies. As far as social media goes, and obviously social media now, it's a huge pivotal tool, right, for many businesses, right? I think that uh, this story is pretty common where you have places that are dead, and the right post or the right marketing strategy will lift, a dead horse, right? How important is it for you, Moto, the social media presence for a business? Is it crucial? Is it somewhat crucial? Is it still important? What
well,
is your take?
in my opinion, right now we live in the era of social media still. It's starting 10, 15, 20 years ago, and it was a great tool, from Facebook to Instagram, even TikTok. If you have the right business, you can promote it TikTok. LinkedIn also is a great social media, I can say, is a platform that you market yourself, your places, and it helps. And as long there is no other way to market, to be visible outside, uh, we should consider it to use it. But what I argue in the places I was, when I create a social content for social media content from my venue, I need to transmit happiness, live emotions, not the plate, not the candelabrum, not this. You
Right.
promote in the beginning
Yes.
how it is, what is going to be, and let other people to observe this one. But in order to attract, you need to show your place is alive. The people
Yeah.
are there are happy.
Yeah.
That's the emotion. That's the creativity. I found if you want to sell a restaurant, if you want to sell a hotel, uh, don't don't be static. Try to send emotion. Try to sell to exprime experiences, regardless which channel you are using in social media, because that is important. But then also, if you do that, be sure that when the people are come to you, because this is what also tricky. Many people are paying so much in marketing, many establishment, I've
Yeah.
seen it, so much in marketing, and when the customer come excited, they fail to deliver what they promise.
Yeah.
So you need to create a really great ecosystem that what you promise is what you offer. When you're able to do this and transfer the right people and chat with the staff, talking about how they are happy they are, chat with the guests and everything that is experience, Human experience, as I say, I repeat, our clients will be humans. So they need to feel this emotion. They need to feel attracted for something. Yes, it's appealing to have a nice cocktail, to have a great DJ that is coming to your place, or your food is trendy and Instagram and people like it. Great. But until you get your food on the table, you might get pissed or angry. You lose your mood. It happens in many very poshy places. So you need to mind the marketing with what you're able to offer, first of all, in your place to scale the proportional market based on what you really can deliver. This is very important. The market you do to not lie your product, who you are. And use the social media because so far I don't know which one. I can't say Instagram is better than Facebook because all of them they have some niche people
Right,
category.
exactly.
It's good to use them
It
all.
all depends. It used to, I agree, exactly.
But if the old school word of mouth it says something for people, this will never fail. The word of mouth is never will never fail because now we all know it's so easy to create an advertising, to create a commercial, to make a photo. You just twisted everything you want to a little bit AI with a little bit of touch, and it looks the most beautiful place. And you go there, it's not like that. You go to a hotel, the rooms are this. The view, hotel, the picture, the best room, and then you have another 60 rooms that you people go there, but it's not what I've seen it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then you lose the time to fix complaints.
yeah,
So whatever you try to sell, don't lie to the customers.
yeah.
And that's why
Great
make the
point.
word of mouth more powerful because your experience to tell your friends or whatever, it's your experience. It's not what
Hmm.
you've seen it or something sold to you, made in AI or make hours of photo shoot just to get a nice advertising.
Yeah. No, I agree. There's nothing more than word of mouth. Nothing beats that. Now it's like it's just like building a restaurant. You need to have your social media or your online presence. It's part of it. It's an extension of what you are. I think that you're right. What a lot of people get wrong is that they focus too much on, let's say, the aesthetics and the dish and whatever. But it really, how do you translate that story? Because everyone has a story and people relate with stories, right? And I think that
Yeah,
that's why the word of mouth is so powerful because people are actually telling you, and in them telling you, you can sense that vibration, that's what really sells. It's not the words. You can put everything together, but really that vibrational right impact, that's really
yeah.
what's going to sell. Yeah.
That makes you say, "Oh, I like to go there." And also, I recommend to every business, even when are in top and they're working, to still keep going to do marketing, because I've seen in my past, oh, we don't need because we work, it's full. Man, don't stop marketing because that's keep you always. Because others, the competition will come it's always a circle, like in sport, in
Always.
everything. You cannot be on the top forever. There is always
Yeah.
you are now because you come with something new or you are different than all others. But the other people will learn from you. And if you are not able to keep consistency in not only in service or in your product, but also in marketing, to be always, make
Relevant.
people because
Yeah.
the bigger is the place, the more difficult to attract new customers. New customers. Customers are not loyal to one place forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Customers come, but even if it's the best restaurant, you don't go every day there. And you need to fill up with another and another and another. Same works for the bars, for the nightclubs. So you need to be constantly engaged with your customers online. It's a tool that we got it. We didn't have it 25 years ago. I promoted it the posters on the walls, on the police running after us while I'm putting the poster with the party or restaurant or some papers. That's it. But now we have these tools. We should use them consistently, but with a fair and correct. Don't lie what you offer. That's I think is the key. Because if someone sees an advertising and their expectation is big, bang your place, and they are disappointed, as we are told, we know An upset customer, he will scream louder to 10 people, but unhappy customers might say to one or two friends,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
this shoe was great. So when you do something wrong, it's much more easy to spread because
Yeah.
frustration of the people, it is as it is. And when
Yeah.
someone is happy, they tell to someone. Of course, there's people extrovert that like to share their experience, which is great. But in general, you know how is it? You go home and I enjoy this place. You tell to one, two, three friends. But when you're upset, you scream loud and shout everywhere to listen your frustration.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
majority of the people does.
100%. Bad news travels quicker than good news. It's just human character. Um, so listen, Moto, I'm almost taking more than the time that we arranged for. So I'll be you know let's say conscious about your time. But let me ask you two more questions. The number one question would be, what message do you have to these new operators, right? Leaders of this new area that you want them to hear right now? What's the uh, let's say, what's the good advice that you wish you maybe knew or you have discovered throughout your years?
What I wish to every new entrepreneur and small entrepreneur, I'm not talking about the chains, but people like us that we want to have a business, is our dream, is to do by passion because the return doesn't come when you are desperate to make money, is when you really do your passion and you understand your business, make understand what you offer, where you offer, and for who you offer before to ruin or to bankrupt because uh, many people wants to do things in different parts of the world, but they don't understand what they do if they really work. So before to be disappointed of your business, learn, analyze, and do everything from your heart. Keep your staff motivated. Make your staff to be part of your business. The way is so many ways to motivate the staff, but the most important is to smile to them, to be polite, and to understand them, to create an environment that have a life balance, and once they are at work, to use them for 6 8 hours, depends on the what in the for what you need. But respect them, they respect the team because if the team is respected, if the team feel part of the business, they will deliver you. So this is what I I will do. I've done it already when I opened my club for 7 years. My all staff, they are my friends after 20 years. Really, really are still best friends and they consider me, I consider them friends. That's how we treat them. And wherever I work and I was allowed to treat my staff with respect, I did it. Where it happened to not be, I have to leave in the way or another. Either I live by myself or I was fired. But that doesn't work.
Amazing.
Hospitality is done from the people, for the people, with the people. In short,
Uh, Absolutely. Last question. Where can people follow you and support everything that you're doing? How do they get hold of Moto and maybe you know uh, try to pick some of your expertise?
um, in LinkedIn, I have my profile. I'm easy to be found. Well, my name is Heathcliff Motorga. Moto is my shortcut. But I'm Instagram. I'm in Facebook. I'm not a big social media influencer. I never been. But yet, writing my book, I have a really great marketing plan. What I want to do with my book and how to promote it. I believe inside me, and I'm going to make it bestseller because I have a future plan. What I want to do with the money is not for me, but I want to develop here in Mallorca a campus for young musicians to finance them with all my money, to finance them to come 30, 40 from all over the world for 2 months in Mallorca, to stay together, to offer the facilities with different instruments, to learn each other, to bring artists, to teach them. I like instrumental music. I'm not artist, but I always been. I take care of the artists wherever place I've been, and I love to see the talented people has a chance to do something with their talent, because even AI is going to get more and more from their job, and I'm passionate about that, and I have a great plan for the next years to do with this, and for this make me very confident that I will have a great book, and that's I will see how I can use the AI tools, how I can use the social media for my own purpose. So I'm
Amazing.
also in the beginning of pushing myself on completely new different ways, using the technology for marketing, for sales, and I embrace it somehow.
Good. Well, I think we're all embracing it. If we don't, we're gonna be left behind. Listen, Moto has been incredibly pleasant, like always. I really respect everything you're doing.
Thank you
You know,
so
you're a
much,
man with a
Anthony.
mission. Yeah, my pleasure, man. You're a man with a mission. You can definitely see your heart, your passion for this industry, your love for this industry. We wish you not only but incredible success. We're gonna be here supporting you, and can't wait to get a copy of your book once it's released.
We will, and we will talk once I have it. And if you ever think to visit Europe, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to host you here to spend some time together to know each other better.
You got it, Moto. You will
Honestly,
see me very shortly. You will see me very soon. So
I'll be more than happy, believe me.
awesome.
And we'll talk soon. We can talk off the chat anytime. Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
That's all we wanted. Thank you so much, Moto. I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
We'll talk soon. Absolutely.
Alexander. Good luck for everything you do. And anytime you need me, I'm here.
You
I
got
wish
it.
you a lovely day. Thank you.